El Clasico happens this weekend. We cannot wait for this one. Now, Jason, I shot a clip, which I'm sure will go up on Facebook and we'll see about it. I'm a little bit sentimental about this.
Shot a clip without me?
Sorry, it was a Facebook one. Couldn't fit us both in the shot. Where's my Jason? Where's my Jason?
I misplaced him.
But the thing about this, Jason, is I'm a little bit sentimental, a little bit emotional. But the one thing I said is I will be appreciative of this El Clasico. Why? There is no facts to back up my claim. But I have a slight feeling that this may be the last Messi versus Ronaldo El Clasico. A slight feeling. I'm not going to go and say that I've got facts to back it up, but Cristiano Ronaldo this season is a little bit weary in some of his responses in the media, how he's talked about his fellow players at times, and the way he's handled certain press conferences. I would not be surprised if he was to exit Real Madrid this summer. Therefore, I think this could be the last of which I would go and say is the best, probably media manufactured, but nonetheless still enjoyable rivalry that we've ever seen. That's why I think that despite the fact that Barcelona are catch me if you can mode at the moment in La Liga, who are just not going to be caught, I don't think, by how good they are, this is going to be a significant El Clasico for me, and I am excited to see it. What are your initial thoughts? How excited are you?
Well, one question first. Historically, El Clasico, before Messi and Ronaldo were even born, was still a big deal.
Mm-hmm. It's a huge deal.
I don't know if you know this. Kind of a big deal around here. And I look at that and I go, I understand it. Without Messi versus Ronaldo, it takes away a huge selling, headlining point, the greatest rivalry we might have ever seen in sports as a whole. Could very well be Messi versus Ronaldo. So the fact that they play for Barcelona and Real Madrid, therefore gives you one of the greatest rivalries just between two teams. But these two teams were already such heated rivals in Spanish football. And to me, just to me, I'm going to say it, I would be equally excited to watch El Clasico if it was Neymar versus Bale. If it was a bunch of scrubs versus a bunch of scrubs. No, I don't think Marcelo versus Alves is going to be the selling point that everyone's going to be like, this is going to come down to these two players. But I think after the gloss of Messi and Ronaldo starts to wear away, and as they exit their primes in 2.5, 3 years, where they start to you'll start seeing them getting a little bit older, and then you'll start seeing the headlines of, look, Messi turns back the clock. That, to me, is going to be the weirdest one. Ronaldo turns back the clock.
He tweaks his eyebrows again. He let them go for a little bit.
Well, I was going to say something like, that's pretty funny, but I was going to be more along the lines of, like, I see it with all the athletes I love in the NBA now that I grew up with. So when I see those headlines, like, it's nostalgic.
Yeah.
And we'll get so many great montages of every time you watch an El Clasico, look at all the great Messi versus Ronaldo moments. So I get it. Without Messi and Ronaldo, it's not as marketable of a El Clasico. Still a damn good game.
Still can't wait for it. Let's take a look at the numbers, by the way, to go into this game, just as to see like how significant the game has been as a total. So 0 is the first number. Barcelona have never won a league game against Real Madrid when top of the competition and holding an advantage of 10 points or more. I think this is or could be a banana peel for Barcelona because of that cushion they have, but the way they've been executing this year, I would still put my money on them. Barca have lost just one of the last 7 league games at home against Madrid, winning 5. Their only defeat in that run was a 2-1 loss in April 2012. Remember that game. 3.22 is in 171 matches between the two sides, the average of goals scored per game is just higher than 3, though the most common result is 2-1 to Real Madrid, which has occurred 18 times previously. And then the last 4 red cards in matches in all competitions between the two teams was shown to Madrid players. Surprising! Really surprising.
I'm putting down a 2-1 Real Madrid final score bet.
And then we've got the two abbreviations not to be taken or used in Pornhub searches, Jason. MSN versus BBC. So Lionel Messi has scored 14 goals in 19 La Liga matches against Real Madrid, twice as many as Cristiano Ronaldo. They just had to throw that in there, 4-4-2. Though the Portuguese has featured in 6 games fewer. 20, Messi, Luis Suarez and Neymar have scored a cumulative 20 La Liga goals against Madrid. Wow. While Gareth Bale, Karim Benzema and Ronaldo have managed just 12, Bale is yet to register against Barca in La Liga. Never knew that. Also, you learn something new every day.
The facts for you guys.
Yeah.
Just report the facts.
Yeah, and Suarez has been involved in more goals, 26 goals and 12 assists than any other player in La Liga this season. Ronaldo is second with 28 strikes and 9 assists. So to finish on those numbers, right, it's obviously, you mentioned it right there, Jason. It's before Ronaldo and Messi, it was Ronaldinho and Zidane. It was Figo
exactly.
Figo played for both sides and he got a pig head thrown at him in one of the games.
An actual pig
An
head?
actual pig head was thrown at him.
Sounded good luck in the Americas.
Yeah, is it really?
No.
I was like, wait, what? So, looking at El Clasico, maybe taking a little bit of nostalgia into this one, who do we see potentially being the next rivalry?
Neymar. I can't say it.
True.
Fast.
Neymar, right, is up there as the one, but then you say someone like Bale, who by this point, either of these two players who we're comparing against, Messi and Ronaldo, had already made such significant impacts in their respective teams that I just don't see Bale reaching that same level, right? And that's not saying he can't. But at this moment, after already playing in a certain amount of games, people already had this rivalry set up.
Right.
Because Ronaldo obviously came from his reputation at Real Madrid and the $80 million pound transfer that came with him. Messi was already playing his trade phenomenally well under the guidance of Ronaldinho, so it was already set there. So when you're mentioning Neymar, yes, he's under the guidance. He's following a similar path like Messi has. I'm waiting for the other side. I'm waiting to see who is someone that's going to come in and be able to hit.
Zidane could potentially be that guy.
Roll back the years, bring on the boots.
I'm saying look, I'd love to see him back.
I know, so would I.
But and maybe not necessarily Bale. Maybe we haven't seen that player yet. Neymar is so young, and it could just be one transfer, one signing, one anything that comes in the next 2 years. There might be a bigger age difference between Neymar and the next big rival.
There's an age difference between
But if it's
Messi.
not Bale, it will absolutely be somebody. I know, how bold and vague of a statement. But the reality is, it's not like Real Madrid's going to fall off the face of the earth when Ronaldo goes. No, they're going to sign, they're going to buy players, and they're going to find ways to succeed in La Liga, like they have in the past, like they will in the future, same as Barcelona.
Here's the last thing I'll say on it, is we will never, I don't know, maybe not never as a harsh, I don't think in the next, going to go for a ballpark, maybe 10 or 20 years, will we see a rivalry like this again.
No.
That's what I don't think. We'll get people who will try to rival, and it will continue, because as I mentioned, it happened before, it will happen again. But I think that we're so caught up in the comparisons, like I talked about on the Facebook clip, which will come up, is we just often overlook the significance of the records that both of them have broken, that they continuously go back and forth. Records were in place, Jason, for about 30, 40 years at times before Messi and Ronaldo came on and just wiped them.
Records are made to be broken.
Yes, they're made to be broken, but not by two in the exact same time, in very similar positions, in the fiercest rivalry in world football, minus Celtic and Rangers. We all know it's true. Let's not go that far. But nonetheless, to finish that point on this, Jason, before we move over, it's still a significant game. We're still drinking Spanish beers, and we're still going to watch and enjoy and shoot a live stream. So make sure to come on to TYT Sports' Facebook for that.